When it comes to AEW, the question is, how low can you go in the ratings? Well, the go-home show for Double or Nothing is actually good news for Dynamite. The rating has increased. Now, it's not quite doubled in terms of the pay-per-view name, Double or Nothing, but here, this is better than nothing. It's a 6% increase, and it has went up to 713,000 views. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And that actually, these days, over the past 8 weeks, has been a pretty decent number for Dynamite. Anytime now they do over 700,000 views, it's almost considered success because of how many times they've dropped underneath 700,000. Even when they do get over 700,000, it's barely scraping it. I think one week they did like 703,000, and the week after that they did 711. And we had some people saying, oh, they've been up. I mean, when you go from 703 to 711, it's not really worth celebrating. It's hardly a good thing. Yes, this week, 713. It's an increase on last week's. It's 41,000 more. But still, the fact that they did 672,000 last week was embarrassing. And the fact that they did 713,000 this week is still embarrassing. Just because it was higher than last week's doesn't mean shit if last week's was horrible.
It's embarrassing ratings overall. But guess what? What about the Fog ratings? Highest show of the week. Best show of the week so far. 3 out of 10. They're not proud of that one. Compared to Raw and NXT, that's what I gave it. I actually thought Dynamite was alright. In periods, I'm not surprised the rating was up. But as you touched upon, it's not up by much. But I guess to last week it is a decent amount. I think the show delivered. I think Tony Khan delivered. And he actually did deliver. He delivered a flamethrower. The Darby Allin.
You had flamethrowers, you had bloodbaths, you had parking lot brawls. You had stuff happening, whether it was great, whether it was fantastic TV. At least Tony Khan is mixing up a little bit, giving us some other stuff other than just wrestling in a ring, you know. So I will give him a bit of credit there.
Yeah, you know, I think you've got to give him a bit of credit. And someone did say how, like, the turn, it's flipped the tables, because when AEW started, it was the alternative, and I think with Triple H's direction, that is becoming more like professional wrestling. And I think AEW recently, in this year, is definitely leaning towards more sports entertainment vibes. With the whole, you know, take over the Elite, and I just look at other stuff that they're doing. It seems like they're doing a lot more backstage segments. Would you not agree? And that's what I like.
No, definitely. So, I mean, I will give them a bit of credit. Still not a good show. But they're trying. I think they're trying to do other stuff that isn't just flips and dives like in the middle of a ring.
I like seeing the two world champions, the challenger and the actual champ, you know, fighting in the parking lot, getting dragged out of cars, hijacking. That's good stuff. I like that. See Damian Priest, and the best they've got is people making fun of his fucking eyeliner. That's not doing it for me. Like, see CM Punk and McIntyre. See when they get the belt in their wee feud. How about have them brawling in the parking lot and hijacking each other's cars and shit like that? I'll tune in. I'll be there.
Right, anyway, let's look at the ratings then. So, 672,000 last week. This week we get 713,000. It's up 6%. Key Demo up 4% as well. 0.23 last week. 0.24 this week. So, slight margins, slight improvements. Overall, though, as a go-home show, you probably expect a little bit more than that. In terms of competition, I don't think there was that much on, but there was a basketball game that did 6.8 million viewers. So, yeah, for me, if the basketball can do 6.8 million, then wrestling should be able to do 6.8 million. It's as simple as that. If wrestling was as popular, if wrestling was as good, if wrestling was as must-watch as basketball, then there's no reason why you couldn't repeat these numbers. WWF back in the day used to annihilate NBA with the numbers. So if you look at it compared to that, then these are views that AEW could be getting. But for some reason they're not, and it's because wrestling kind of sucks in 2024, but whatever.
That's it, though. I mean, the numbers are there to be had. People pretend that DVR and people don't watch TV. They do when it comes to sports and other TV shows, so let's not hold wrestling in a different category altogether, shall we? The numbers are there to be had, and if you can't deliver them, well, is that our fault as the viewer, or is that the person writing the show? It's the person writing the show every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
But before we get into the YouTube views and looking at who's hot and who is not, I just want to address a few comments in the last quarter by quarter hours video that we did. So people saying that Lyra Valkyria doesn't bring in the YouTube views because she's getting the highest quarters on the show. Therefore, people are already watching her when it's live and they don't need to check her YouTube videos out. What a load of shite that is. You tell me when The Rock is on Raw, you tell me when CM Punk is on Raw and they are getting the highest viewed quarters that their YouTube clips are doing the lowest because people's already seen them live. Absolute bullshit. We seen on one of the Raws before Mania, there was like two Rock segments that did really well, a CM Punk segment that got the most views, like 2.2 million views, and then the videos for those three segments all did over 2 million views, and they were way superior to anything else that WWE uploaded from that Raw. So, I mean, that's nonsense. That's like saying if The Rock was on Aew Dynamite, just because the most people tuned in to see him, that means that the clip that they upload is going to do bad. Look at Mercedes Moné. She debuted it a couple of months ago. She had over 1 million views for the opening quarter, and then after like 4 days, her YouTube clip of her debuting had over 1 million views, and it was way higher than anything else on the show. So just because you're a part of the highest quarter during the show, it doesn't mean that your YouTube clip that they upload is automatically going to do poor. It doesn't work like that. If you're a draw when it's live, you're going to be a draw when they decide to upload the clip later.
But see, there's factors for why people can draw in the TV ratings. I think when it comes to actual clips on YouTube, yeah, there can be factors like a clickbaity title, but at the end of the day, I think more often than not, if someone watches Raw, right, they're not going to watch the clips. The clips is going to be for someone that's an actual Raw, and yeah, I mean, that's a ridiculous statement to say, like, oh, well, if The Rock did the highest quarter, then no one's going to tune in and watch his clip. And that goes for everybody who's got the highest quarter. It doesn't work like that. How can you think it works like that? That's an awful opinion, man. Anyway.
Almost as awful as that voice break, but yeah, let's get into YouTube's video clips. AEW official channel, right? Coming in first place, we have It's Personal. AEW champion Swerve Strickland faces the Prodigy, Nick Wayne. 207,000 views. Second place, Rain and Blood. Kyle O'Reilly faces House of Black's Malachi Black. 192,000 views. Third place, Before Anarchy in the Arena. Bryan Danielson faces the massive Satnam Singh, 185,000 views. I've noticed here when AEW upload their clips, they try and be a little bit creative with the titles rather than just put in like Bryan Danielson versus Satnam Singh.
I'm going to stop you right there, and I'm going to bury AEW for this, by the way, right? Number one, yeah, it's a match, but know what also happened in the same clip? You actually had the parking lot brawl. If you upload that by itself or split them, you're going to get more views. And then also the Daniel Bryan match, exact same situation, where, yeah, he has the match, but then after it, you've got Tony Khan dropping off Darby Allin at the arena with a flamethrower. Why is that all got to be in the one segment or the one clip? Why can't it be split? Like if AEW upload, Tony Khan drops Darby Allin off at the flamethrower to back up Daniel Bryan, that's going to draw. That's going to do well.
So you think they could do more?
Absolutely. Who cares about the fucking match? It's about the flamethrower.
Yeah, see like the second highest viewed clip, 192,000 views. Rain and Blood, Kyle O'Reilly faces House of Black's Malachi Black. I think the fact that Kyle O'Reilly is coming after Rain and Blood is a lost opportunity. Should it not be something to do with Adam Copeland, the fact that it is a bloodbath?
Yeah, but see when The Rock, right?
Should it not be Rain and Blood, Malachi Black receives bloodbath from Adam Copeland or something?
Absolutely right, but see when The Rock battered Cody Rhodes outside in the rain, was that not after a match Cody was in, yes?
It wasn't, the aftermath of Cody versus Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, it was The Rock bloodies, Cody Rhodes. That's the way it should be, and I think AEW's been in the game now for 5 years, right? They should know how to do their clips. Me and you shouldn't be telling them how to do it. Whoever's in charge of the social media should know how to do it.
Yeah, look, we're not saying they need to be more clickbaity, but they're actually losing it on opportunity. Like, see if they did try and drive home, like, the most drawn thing in the clip. Like, that's not clickbaiting. Like, they could just word this shit better. There's more interesting stuff happening
No, but the three things that I actually liked about the show are the top three highest rated clips. But
Yeah,
if you actually...
Yeah, but that's because they're more than just wrestling. You've got a guy turning up with a flamethrower. You've got a guy receiving a bloodbath, and you've got a parking lot brawl.
Yes, but if you actually work that into the titles, they would have way more views.
You know, I agree with that. And when you look at it, like, there's a big drop off between the third highest viewed clip and the fourth highest viewed clip. So I think this just goes to show that stuff outside of simple wrestling in a ring draws more.
Like, I didn't know what happened on this show, obviously, but seeing I seen the clips, like, you look at the clip, like, oh, and Swerve Strickland takes on Nick Wayne. What's interesting about that? There's nothing. But then it actually, as the clip went on, it's like, holy fuck, Christian's hijacking people here and he's getting battered. That's good. Some good shit.
Yeah, so I think they could definitely word that a little bit better. I mean, you can see that they're trying to, but they're not doing it correctly.
It's like they're trying to do it without giving out, like, spoilers, but, like, Christian Cage gets bloodied in the parking lot after hijack. I mean, that's going to draw. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, let's get into the fourth clip then. 137,000 views. AEW Women's Champion Storm and May face the Outcasts, Saraya and Cameron. Just a boring, bland title. Fifth clip, 104,000 views. Osprey and Cassidy team to face Beretta and AEW International Champ Strong. Again, more boring. Look, but you can see why the top three have just got a bit more to them.
Oh, absolutely.
Sixth place, who will face the Unified Trios champion? Bang Bang Gang at Double or Nothing.
Right, I need to call this out, by the way.
94,000. But again, like, why not say, huge return? Like, huge faction reunite?
True, but... Like,
I know they're not huge, like, but
what
the
do you
Death
make
Triangle.
of them whipping out all their belts and putting it in a trolley and wheeling it down the
For me, that just devalues the belt. First of all, you can carry 3 belts, but the fact that they're getting this, like, wagon and dumping all the belts in there just like it's a bag of coal, and that effectively that's all the belts are worth, to be honest. But we know the belts don't mean shit. We know the belts are worthless, but see when you just see them dump all the belts into this wagon, like you're throwing trash in a bin. It's literally like you're dumping the, like, shite into a trash
can you
can.
imagine Evolution fucking doing that?
No.
You know what I mean?
Like, fuck me. Like, you should be proud to have these belts. When Angle was the belt cut, man, fucking Lance Storm had a bunch of belts in WCW.
It's not even like they're putting it in something respectable. It was literally, it's something that, like, fucking Tommy Dreamer would put his weapons and wheeled into the ring.
Shopping cart.
Raven, aye, that's what it was like. It's like a spray painted shopping cart.
Fuck me. It was like, what are they doing?
No, what are they
Like,
doing?
we know the belts don't mean shit, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. What was the next
Fucking
clip?
be better off throwing them down a toilet or something. Seventh clip, it was Hook versus Shibata versus Keith for a shot at the world title. Not the world title, but Jericho's version of it.
Jericho claims it's the world title.
64,000 views. What a draw Hook is. Hook's the man. And then 8th place last, we had 62,000 before his title eliminator at Double or Nothing. Take a Shitter takes on Sedal. Matt Sedal.
What a match. But back to the Jericho. I mean, AEW's even going for the world title here. To anything that just undervalues the actual world title. It doesn't put over the FTW title. It's awful. Need to drop that. And as for Seidel, he just seems to stink the joint out every week. Not that she beats the man.
I mean, it would be different if R-Truth was claiming the 24/7 title's a world title, because that's like a comedy.
Yeah, he's like mentally challenged.
But with Jericho, like, the guy's
flabbily challenged.
The guy actually believes he's walking about with a world championship.
Yeah.
And it's probably the closest he'll get to a world championship again. Never, ever getting your hands on a world title again. Anyway, guys, there you go. That's your Dynamite clips. That's your Dynamite ratings. We'll do the quarter-by-quarter breakdown soon. So stay tuned for that. It's a slight increase for Dynamite. But, I mean, the issue for AEW is they're getting so low now that it's going to be easier for them to get an increase in the ratings, because, like, the lower you go, sooner or later you have to go back up.
You have to go up.
So, yeah, Dynamite went up this week. But can they go back up next week, or will they see them once again dip below the 700k? That's what we're going to find out. I mean, it's sad. I mean, there used to be a period where they were trying to stay above 1.2 million. Now they're worrying about staying above 700k. So
poor. It's piss poor. Till next time. Peace.